Welcome to Cadence Rose. Today we are going to be making pumpkin soap. So, I always am making something to do with a soap with turmeric and orange essential oil and things like that. So I'm going to be doing that again, but today we are going to add a little twist and we're going to add some pumpkin because it is, when I'm filming this, it is October. We're in the fall season and, you got Halloween and different things like that, so it is fall, and so I wanted to make a little pumpkin type soap that we can enjoy for the next couple of weeks before we get into Christmas, because we celebrate Christmas early here. We'll start decorating and stuff like that. So we're gonna make our fall pumpkin soap. So this is gonna be a all-natural soap, but it's gonna have just some nice things that are going to make it extra festive. The recipe will be in the video for this soap, and if you want to check out even more recipes, you can check out my recipe playlist. I have all of my recipes on that playlist on the channel. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and as we go through this, I'll give you guys some tips to make sure your soap making can go as good as possible. So first, what we have here is, of course, our turmeric. Turmeric is really good for adding a nice orange color to the soap. So this is going to be the main thing that is going to color our soap orange. And turmeric is a thing you use. A little goes a long way. If you use too much, it can start to bleed on your bar and stuff. And a lot of people don't mind that, but you don't want it to get too excessive or anything like that. But yeah, we've got our turmeric. Turmeric is, of course, really good for the skin. It is a very popular additive in soap. It is just really awesome. It doesn't add any smell, and all you do is you just get regular turmeric from your store. It is the same thing, just turmeric powder. We have orange essential oil, and this is going to be perfect. I always talk about how orange has a tint to it, but because we're going to be making this a orange soap, this tint doesn't matter because it's just going to enhance that pretty orange color. And so one thing to note with this is orange five-fold essential oil. So the reason we have orange five-fold essential oil is because citrus scents like lemon and orange and things like that tend to fade, and so you want to get it folded just so it's a little bit more concentrated, it smells better and things like that, and it won't fade, because regular orange essential oil, by the time the soap cures, it will lose majority of its scent. That's what we have found. And so getting orange five-fold essential oil will help you keep that scent for a long time, because at Cadence Rose, all of the soap we make is all we use, so we know about these soaps, and we love this essential oil because it gives a nice, beautiful smell to the soap that doesn't just fade. And of course, our star of the soap, this is just pure pumpkin puree, and this is just 1/3 cup, and I'm just going to add it to my oils. And we'll do it kind of like that, using kind of like how you would put honey in soap. Yeah, this is going to be our little fall twist for this soap recipe. And I've just had that in my fridge once I got it measured out. So that's just going to add, the benefits from the pumpkin. It's just going to add a nice fall feel to the soap. I love using holiday soaps during their respective holidays. During winter last year, I loved using Snow Day. So I'm going to love using this in my shower. Once this is done and it's cured a little bit, I will be taking one of these to my showers so I can enjoy it while we have our pumpkins out and we're enjoying the fall spirit. So that is that. This is, like I said, 1/3 cup of just pure pureed pumpkin. Just get it from your local grocery store or something like that. We didn't use any like pie filling or anything like that. We have just pumpkin puree. Our dogs love pumpkin puree. We didn't mix it or cross-contaminate or anything like that, but we buy cans of pumpkin puree because the dogs love eating that as a little snack. So we have some of this, and what a perfect way to add some fall spice to your soap. Of course, for this recipe and for all my recipes, I do a 50-50 lye solution. This is to help with water weight in the soap. We find this is an easier way to measure your lye solution. You can master batch it. And I've gotten some questions about, does it accelerate your soap? In my experience, the main thing that accelerates my soaps is temperature, which for this soap we already have that figured out, and misbehaving essential oils. The water amount has never caused a big issue, and we've tried multiple water amounts. We've tried full water amounts, we've tried regular 2-to-1s, we've tried 42%, and then we've also done 50-50. So this is just a good way to keep things more simple. It decreases water weight in your soap recipe, so we like that. And like I said, I always soap at a nice cool temperature because I like to be able to take my time, work with things. I don't like to be rushed. So this is about body temperature. Body temperature is a good thing to remember because room temperature is different for everyone. And so, like today, our basement stays the same temperature, but if you made soap in our kitchen right now, it's probably a little cooler because in Virginia, it started to cool. We got our first frost last night, so it has started to cool off. So you want to, the room temperature is all different, and so you want to keep it at body temperature, which is about 97 degrees, and you can go up to about 100, that nice range right there. And then orange essential oil is a saint. It doesn't do anything accelerating or anything like that. So now that we've discussed what we're going to use in this soap, let's get into making it. And I did pull out my pretty orange spatula just to be a little on theme today. First, we're going to add our orange essential oil, and this is what I do for my soap recipes. I'm going to put all of my additives into the oils. I'm going to blend it together because I have turmeric and I don't want any chunks in there. And then we'll add our lye solution, and that we blend everything before we add our lye just so that there's no chunks. And like I've said this before, once you add your lye in, it's like a little timer starts, and you have a you're more limited in the amount of time you have to blend those clumps out. So you want to do it beforehand if you can. So we're going to add our orange essential oil into our oils. And once you start blending, I'll bring you guys in closer so you can see the pretty color morph. And it smells so good. Once I put it in, it just starts, it smells really good. We've got our turmeric powder. And that is just 1 teaspoon of turmeric. Then we have our 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree. Have you guys ever used pumpkin in your soaps before? I know a lot of people use a lot of different things, but I want to know if you guys have ever made soap with something like pumpkin or a food before like that. Now we're going to blend this together, and then we'll add our lye solution. So we are going to get all of this blended together, and this is just for 1 loaf of soap, this amount right here. So now that we've got that blended, I'm going to put my safety goggles on, and we're going to pour our 50-50 lye solution in. And we're going to blend this till a good trace, and then we'll pour it in our mold. Look at how pretty the color is changing. And that's also one of the reasons we had our pumpkin puree cold, and our soap recipe cool, is because we didn't want that puree to get burnt and scorched up because of that lye solution. That is well blended. Now we're going to get this poured into our mold. I'm excited to see how this looks. There we have it in the mold. I'm very happy with how the color is looking so far. It looks very, very fall looking, so I'm happy about that. So I am happy with how that came out. It worked really well. It didn't accelerate or do anything crazy like I expected, but I will be back to cut that in a little bit. It'll probably be a day or two before we cut that. In the meantime, before we cut to that, I wanted to give you guys a couple of little updates about me. One, y'all will have to send Ziggy your well wishes. He is getting his neuter today as I'm filming. So, well, he's done, and we're going to pick him up from the vet later today. So, you know, send your well wishes to Ziggy. He will be fine. We did all the little extra things to make sure he feels good. But he'll be coming home later. Dottie's feeling good. She is just being old and lazy. So, yeah, like I said, I started college in August, and everything has been going good. I got great grades on my midterm stuff. But yeah, if you do see any little like late posts or sporadic updates, that is because I am working with my college classes, so some things might get delayed. I'm trying to work on a new project that I will be releasing soon. So if you guys want to put down below in the comments any specific tips or things you'd like me to cover in a little bit more of an in-depth way, leave that below so it can maybe be included in something I'm doing later on. And yeah, all of our Christmas soaps are on the website. So Snow Day, the soaps I've been making in my videos, Candy Christmas is on there, and then Cozy Christmas. So our two original soaps, Snow Day and Cozy Christmas, are back up on the site, and Candy Christmas, our new soap, is up, and they are flying off the shelves. So grab your Christmas soaps if you want them. We are going to be making more in the next coming days, so you'll probably get to see those videos at some point. But yeah, I am excited about that. So this is our fall soap, but if you want to grab some Christmas soaps, you can get that on the website. Of course, we have all types of gift options if you want to look at those too. And yeah, everything has been going good here at Cadence Rose. We are trying to work on new little projects and different things like that, but things have been busy, of course, which is very good. So yeah, everything has been going good, and so yeah. So I'll be back to show you that cut, so stick around for that. So this is the soap. It's been about 12 hours later, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this. So this still is a little bit early, and that's why we still have a little bit of a gel ring. But once I cut this, I will make sure it finishes going through the gel process, but I want to get it cut because I don't want it to get too hard. Yep, like I said, still going through the gel phase, but this outside looks really good. So I'll put that back in the mold and let it continue to do its thing. And I'll show you a picture of what it looks like once it's cut. So I just want to get this cut. I don't want it to get too hard because then I can't cut it. It'll break my wires. But this is a great time to cut it, so I can catch it before it gets too hard. And all of the turmeric soaps, they mellow out really well. They make a really nice color. And adding pumpkin to it doesn't affect the color a whole lot. It's not, it's just going to add some good skin benefits to the soap. Definitely not a hard soap to work with, so I'm very happy with how that came out. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below where you're from. I love seeing that. And make sure to check out other videos on my channel and stay up to date on my new recipes and stuff like that. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for watching.